St. Martin the Porres Parish, Bukwango, continue to host Bishop Michael Bibi's televised doctrine, Know Your Faith. This Monday, January 20th, 2025, the session explored the seventh commandment, You shall not steal. Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary has concluded its week-long Diamond Jubilee celebration with a pontifical high mass over the weekend. The mass was officiated by bishops of the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda, who are alumni of the college, and Mufo Jeremy and Dule Joyce Kinyoy have emerged victorious in the Southwest Region Test Race ahead of the 30th edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. The test race took place on Saturday, January 18th, 2025 here in Boya. Good evening and thanks for joining us on our Divine Mercy Prime this Monday evening. These stories and more will be yours in just a moment. You're welcome back. Today, Monday, January 20th, 2025, witness another edition of the Bishop's Weekly televised stations, Know Your Faith. It took place at the St. Martin de Porres Parish in Bukwango. The Bishop started the seventh commandment today, Thou shalt not steal, where he emphasized that if you collect something that belongs to somebody without his or her express permission, that is stealing. Reverend Father Benjamin Fon attended today's session and puts together this report.
This Monday, 20th January 2025, saw another edition of the catechetical session of the Chief Shepherd of the Diocese of Boya, Michael Bibi, Know Your Faith. The bishop started with the seventh commandment, Thou shalt not steal. He notes that taking something which belongs to another person without express permission is stealing.
The seventh commandment, we are told, you shall not steal. You shall not steal. To steal means that what? That you take something that belongs to another person without the consent, without the permission of that person. If you take something that does not belong to you without getting the express permission of the person who has what you have taken, that is considered as stealing. And that is why the seventh commandment invites us, therefore, to try to practice justice.
These weekly catechetical sessions have a great impact in the life of the Christian faithful, as some of the Christians note during an interview after the bishop's teachings.
In fact, I took home a lot, because for starters, the bishop said that stealing means that you take something that does not belong to you. You take something which is somebody else's thing and without the person's consent. For example, if a child steals 100 francs from the mother's purse without telling the mother, that is stealing. Say you go to buy something and the scale has been altered, that is stealing. Maybe selling groundnuts and you hit the under of the cup and it becomes it goes inside. The person buys the groundnuts, know that they are buying a full cup of a groundnut. Meanwhile, you have managed to hit the under. That is stealing indirectly. So we should not steal as human beings, because you are taking what belongs to some other person and that person needs that thing. Then you think that you need it more than the person. No, it is not correct.
Thou shalt not steal. Really, it is not easy to do well and complete all the 10 commandments. But we should struggle, especially stealing. It's not properly good. It's not good. So I got a lot of information from him, and On my way going out in the house, I have to teach many other people from what I've got from the bishop.
The prelate ends this session by calling on all to practice the virtue of justice, which is giving each his due.
And now let's take you to the Diamond Jubilee celebration of the Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary, where parents and guardians of students attending that institution have testified on the moral value and high educational standard of the institution. This was as thousands gathered over the weekend to celebrate 60 years of existence. Details in the following report. 60 was the word on every lips as thousands gathered not only to celebrate but to thank God for the existence of the Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary through the bishops, priests and great minds the institution has molded over the years. The week-long Diamond Jubilee activities was crowned with a holy mass concelebrated by all the bishops of the Bamenda Church province, host of priests and past rectors of the institution. The celebration witnessed the award of certificates to past and present staff of the institution for their hard work in keeping the flames of Bureau shining. The ex-students, divided into classes but united as Bureau Lexians, marches according to various classes with joy of meeting classmates after decades and proud of passing through the college, with the aim of the institution being to form young men into the major seminary. Parents and guardians acknowledge that over the years the educational value and moral rectitude of the college is outstanding in the whole nation.
Come back home, when you see their attitude, you realize that there is a big transformation in terms of morals, even in terms of education. And we, the parents who have been sacrificing for quite some time to pay their school fees, we are very proud and we are very happy for the background formation or training that the school is giving to our children.
It has been a wonderful experience, spiritually, educationally. I'm so proud of my kids. They stand out so wonderful in the society already, although they are still undergoing formation. But I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of Bishop Rogan College. I've really sacrificed a lot for them coming here. I'm in Yaoundé, but I decided to send my kids here because I know the value of this school.
I make a mistake to send my son here. I would like to say that I have a knowledge about the minor seminary because I was born where the major seminary is, in Bambui, and I know what a seminary is. So, living by a major seminary and today I'm around a minor seminary, I know what I expected from my son. So I'm happy that he's there, and I've seen what the school has done to many other ex-students, be those who are priests and those who are not priests. So I think I am very satisfied with the state of my child, having been here for 4 years.
These parents, having seen the fruits of the minor seminary festan through the lives of their children, calls on other parents to follow suit.
Those that are still wondering or they are still doubting if they should bring their kids here, Bishop Rogan is a place to be. It is a place to be.
Came down to encourage them so that the generations that are coming after our own children, they will also benefit from the positive values that the school has been impacting.
Just as the motto of the minor seminary stipulates, Deo Populo Servire, all who gathered left thanking God for the continuous service the minor seminary brings to the people of God in the Bamenda Church province and beyond. We stay with the celebration where parents have been encouraged to send their children to other Catholic schools across the Diocese of Aboya and beyond, and not necessarily the Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary if they know that their children do not intend to become priests. The appeal was made by the Bishop of Boya, Bishop Michael BBY, preaching at the Holy Mass crowning the Diamond Jubilee celebration of the institution, while thanking all stakeholders for the contribution towards the success of the seminary. Matilda Bisong summarizes the Bishop's homily for us in the following report.
After existing for 6 decades, the Jubilee Thanksgiving Mass at Birokol of January 18, 2025 was a time to take stock and thank God and other stakeholders for their contributions and support thus far in making the seminary a reputable place with standards. From rendering thanks to God for the gifts of the seminary, to the bishops who have been proprietors of the college, to past and present rectors of the college, the organizing committee members for their contributions to ensure a successful celebration, the ex-students association who have been so instrumental in carrying out renovation works at the campus, and a host of others, His Lordship Michael Bibi spared some time in his homily to render immense thanks to these persons for the unique role they have played for these years.
I sincerely thank the entire Birokol exams, the alumni, for your financial, moral, and physical sacrifices in view of the completion of these projects. I thank the project coordinator, Father Zephyrinus Yembu, and the National Executive Council of the Birokol EXA, headed by Mr. Mulute Simon, for their commitment and dedication towards these projects. As long as our institution continues to exist, our challenges and needs will never be exhausted. I would like to continue to appeal to individuals of goodwill, to groups and ex-student batches who are still to make any positive impact to their alma mater, to feel free and dialogue with the school administration and find out what they can do in order to ensure that the young seminarians have a more comfortable and modern place to be formed in a holistic manner.
Being a nursery that forms young boys to their journey of becoming priests, the formation journey is often unique. The Diamond Jubilee was also a time to celebrate those nostalgic moments that made formation funny but impactful.
I remember some of our experiences with Father Martin Kima the day we went for outings and we brought some food stuff and they decided to inspect the high school dormitory. And when they sent the seminarian, David Fomanka at that time, he came, that we should all go to the dormitory, we refused. Then Pan Doncha was sent. And when Pan came and advised us, we refused. Then Monsignor Kima came with a cane. And all of us had something before we left that classroom. And of course, when the dormitories were searched, a good number of us had food stuff. Then one of us told Pan Doncha, "Pa, don't you trust us?" Then Pa said, "Are you not the one thinking that no man can be trusted?"
Taking stock of whether the seminary has fulfilled its mission over these years, many priests and bishops and reputable men of good standing can be counted as products of this minor seminary. But in recent times, the bishops of the province have observed a significant drop in the number of young boys who leave the nursery to continue formation to the priesthood.
We need priests. We need to train them. And if you come to Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary, it's because you want to discern your vocation in order to be priest tomorrow. Some parents push their sons to come to Birokol, even when they know that their son does not want to become a priest. Some of them would tell them, if they ask you, talk to your 1B father, dear parents and guardians, there are many good Catholic schools in the Diocese of Boya. Send your son to any of these schools and not force them to come to Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary when you know that they don't have the intention to become priests. And for those of them who are in the seminary, we have to continue to encourage them, to nurture them, so that they may be able to discern their vocation and become priests tomorrow.
Moving on from this 60th anniversary celebration, it is hoped that the minor seminary will continue to maintain its standards against all odds in order to fulfill its mission through the light that shines forth in its products.
Also, in the context of the Diamond Jubilee, rectors, religious women, president and past staff of the Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary were handed Award of Excellence for promoting education, moral and spiritual value in the institution. The awards that constituted apostolic blessings from the Holy Father Pope Francis were handed by bishops of the Bamenda Church Province who were around during the celebration. Magdalene Wundo with the details.
In a special message known as the Holy Father's Apostolic Blessing, Pope Francis extended congratulations to Bishop Rogan College on its Diamond Jubilee celebration, praising the institution's tireless efforts in promoting education, community service, and spiritual growth. The awards carrying Pope Francis's Apostolic Blessing recognize remarkable achievements in various ways, including innovation, leadership, and community service. Awardees were selected through their outstanding contributions, which exemplifies the values and mission of Bishop Rogan College. Reverend Father Isaac Anuchem, former rector from 2011 to 2018, comments on the formation Bishop Rogan College gives.
God is a great college, a minor seminary, where future priests are trained. When I was here, we followed the prescriptions of the bishops on how to run the minor seminary, and the college really flourished, and it's still flourishing now. And my message to the parents is that it's a very, very good school that molds the students morally, spiritually, pastorally, and humanly.
The awards of excellence not only acknowledged past accomplishments, but also inspired future generations to strive for excellence. Teachers expressed fulfillment of recognition and apostolic blessings received at the Diamond Jubilee celebration.
Very, very happy having been recognized, having been in Bishop Rogan and in the system for long, and the opportune only gift from God to witness this kind of occasion. Being in an institution that is 60 years, almost my age, so I am 60 and the college is 60. So I am highly blessed for being here.
I've been working in Bishop Rogan for over 40 years, and I feel elated this day that I see many faces. And to come out the recognition I've got, proper recognition that I've got, it's a sign that my hard work has led me to this. Just too happy, and today has been a day that one will never forget.
However, the journey of Bishop Rogan College small support over the past 6 decades is a clear testament of the institution's commitment to excellence, innovation, and community service, which will continue to inspire and uplift future generations of young seminarians into the holy priesthood.
And to crown the activities of the Diamond Jubilee, the Bishop of Buea, Bishop Michael Bibi, yesterday celebrated the Thanksgiving Mass to thank God for a successful one-week activity of the Diamond Jubilee of the institution. The Mass that was attended by Bureau collegians, staff, and present students took place at the Regina Pacis Cathedral in Small Support. Brother Franklin Formukong attended this Thanksgiving Mass and our reports.
On Sunday, January 19th, a Thanksgiving Mass was held at Regina Pacis Cathedral, Small Support, to commemorate the successful celebration of the Diamond Jubilee of Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary. The Mass, which took place at 10 a.m., was celebrated by Bishop Michael Bibi, Bishop of Buea.
On the 4th of October, the Memorial of St. Francis of Assisi, we had the opportunity to officially launch the Diamond Jubilee celebration of Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary.
The Mass was attended by a large congregation, including students, staff, and ex-students of the seminary. In his remarks, the national president of Bureau Exants, Mr. Simon Molute, expressed gratitude to God for the successful celebration of the Diamond Jubilee, which took place the day before. He praised the hard work and dedication of everyone involved in the organization of the event.
As the psalmist says, how can I repay the Lord for his goodness to me? How can we, Bishop Rogan ex-students, Bishop Rogan teachers, the students, the staff, how can we repay the Lord for his goodness to us? From the 4th of October, following the launching of the Diamond Jubilee celebration activities by His Lordship, we have been engaged, both students and ex-students and all the stakeholders, in various activities to commemorate the anniversary celebration. And after a resounding, successful event yesterday, it is but normal that we give thanks to God.
The rector of the seminary also took the opportunity to thank everyone who contributed to the success of the celebration. He expressed his appreciation for the support and cooperation received from students, staff, exons, and well-wishers.
I would not be doing justice if I do not recognize that if we're able to celebrate the way we did, it is because of your commitment, dedication, sacrifice which you put in, your sleepless nights, and all the insults you receive for taking the lead. Don't take them in bad faith. They were rather there to motivate you, and you could see the results. Thank you for your sacrifice.
The Diamond Jubilee celebration of Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary marked a significant milestone in the institution's history. The seminary has been a beacon of hope and learning for many young people in the region, forming priests and good Christians, and the celebration was a testament to its enduring legacy. The Thanksgiving Mass was a fitting conclusion to the celebrations, providing an opportunity for the seminary community to come together and give thanks to God for His blessings.
Now away from the Diamond Jubilee celebrations, final year students of the Catholic University Institute of Boya CUIB have successfully completed a 3-day bootcamp and business plan challenge that took place from the 16th to the 18th of January 2025. The bootcamp that ran under the theme, "The Future is Now Get a Path Towards Sustainable Business," was an opportunity for the students to come up with sustainable business plans and showcase them to the public. Nades Nechong Me attended the bootcamp. She reports.
With the purpose of enhancing the entrepreneurial skills of final year students at Catholic University Institute of Boya, the Center for Entrepreneurship, Research and Innovation organized a 3-day entrepreneurial bootcamp and business plan challenge. This year's theme, "The Future is Now, Find a Path Towards Sustainable Business," aimed to provide students with a practical simulation, preparing them for the challenges they will face in the real world. During the event, students had the opportunity to present their project, explaining the reason behind their choices and highlighting how their ideas could make a positive impact on society.
Animals are in food competition with us. We eat corn, they eat corn. We eat groundnut, they eat groundnut. We eat soybeans, they eat soybeans. So we have gone into research to find out what animals should be able to eat so that they will live our own food. And we discovered that this black soldier fly maggot is a perfect alternative to our food, so that when we produce this in mass and animals have it in enough quantity to eat, they'll be able to live our food.
People mostly focus on exterior design, but when it comes to interior design, they don't really focus on how to, because that's where they stay actually, so that's to fit it. So that's why we now come with interior design, with space distribution. That's this project, as you can see here. This is the landscape and exterior design. We came in with the interior design now. This is where you stay. So that's what we focus on ourselves in interior design.
Students presented projects cutting across various fields including technology, business and food security, all aimed at solving societal needs and opportunity to humanity. Some students shared the strategies they plan to implement in order to achieve their goals.
We have an additional advantage over our competitors in that whereas they are exposed to weather hazards, our facility will be free from all of those. Because when it is raining, they cannot play, but for us, we operate 24/7, whether at night, whether under the rain or under the sun. But there's also something which we are bringing. That is why we have a connection with Germany, demand shaft, because you know German products are durable and they're of a good quality. So with the connection we have with our German partners, our future German partners, we are going to ensure quality turf, artificial turf. which will help in the maintenance of the boots, the football boots of players.
You can create a perfect schedule for anybody that is trying to gain visibility on social media. And thirdly, like I mentioned, I have a passion for this because I wanted to be an actress. So I believe that my passion is something that a lot of other agencies don't have because they are out to make money. I'm out to help people who are like me, who have a passion, to see their passions to the end.
The director of the Center for Entrepreneurship, Research and Innovation, Eyong, witnessing the students' effort, encouraged them to take their ideas to the next level.
There are a lot of them out there that will still continue to coach and mentor them in their businesses. Those coaching and mentor services will cost them a lot of money if they get private consultants to do that for them. So I will advise them to keep coming back to us to guide them, to evaluate and to make major input for them to grow and scale their business.
Over the course of the 3 days, students were involved in training session covering everything from ideation to creativity and value creation, equipping them with the skills necessary for success when they enter the professional world.
Powerful presentations there. Now, still in education, some schools in the Limbe Deanery have undergone pedagogic and administrative check. This is as a result of the ongoing pedagogic visit carried out by the Catholic Education Secretariat here in the Diocese of Aboya. Hilaran Tukov accompanied the ES. His report.
Friday, January 17, it was at St. Paul Nursery Primary School, Idina, that the Education Secretary and his team commenced day 4 of the academic and pedagogic inspection, coincidentally meeting with the government inspectorate team, who were on the same mission. Both parties shared ideas and applauded the collaborative nature of one another. The team from the Catholic Education Secretariat continued the exercise, interacting with the pupils leaving Idina Catholic School on a satisfactory note. At St. Peter and Paul Nursery and Primary School, Batoke, they were welcomed by the Superintendent for Catholic Schools in Limbe, together with the head teacher of the school, using the opportunity to inspect the school infrastructure, which is in their need of renovation. The Education Secretary and his team, while noting this great challenge faced by the school, promised the school administrators positive feedback. Arriving at St. Therese Nursery and Primary School in Ngeme, the team interacted with the pupils, moving from one class to another. It was also a chance for the team to sit with the teachers, begging for their collaboration, while also congratulating them for their sacrifices. Their last stop was at St. Pius X Commercial and Technical College, Middle Farms, received by the principal, Reverend Sister Vera Otia, the Education Secretary, Reverend Father Vincent Miswe, and his close collaborators were briefed the state of affairs in the school by the principal. Then followed the session with the staff reminding them of their role as teachers. The pedagogic animator was clear on what is expected from the teachers daily, calling on them to sit up and impact the students with the knowledge needed for their growth. Sister Vera Otia, principal, appreciated the Education Secretary and his team, assuring them of their continuous collaboration. The team ended their tour at this college, marking a satisfactory note on day 4.
And on to sports, Mufo Jeremy and Dudley Joyce Kinyoy have emerged winners of the third race in view of the 30th edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. The race that was organized by the Southwest Region Athletic League took place over the weekend here in Boya. Hilaran Tukov with the details.
Mufo Jeremiah was the man of the year, emerging winner of the Southwest Test race for the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope for the second time. The boy from My 14 Dibanda used 2 hours, 17 minutes, 10 seconds.
I'm very happy because it's not easy. For you to win this year and win the next year is not easy. So I see that actually I'm still improving. I'm still on the track, I'm still on the line. Last year I came first of the selection race, but they always said when it is your time, it's your time. Because I was the second person at the summit. I mean the summit at the summit and the full race. The descents, that's where I have a little bit of challenging of descending. So I checked back to see my training times. It was not actually run with the mountain time. So I was training 3 hours. So for me to reach up there, I use the 3 hours to reach up there. I didn't have the energy to descend and come down. So this year I'm training 4 hours, 5 hours now, so that I can be able to reach up and have the energy to descend and come down.
It was another joyful moment for Dule Joyce, who triumphantly crossed the finish line with a time record of 3 hours, 6 minutes, 48 seconds. The married lady from the Northwest region have a great ambition for the 30th edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope.
It's not easy going up there and coming down, even though it's just a test race, but it's not easy. And it's also a good track for that test race. So, for the preparations, we have been preparing, but it does not be easy as far as Northwest is concerned. So, today, it was like, because we have really worked hard, it was like I was relaxing. I was not really, but it's when I went and reached up there now to come back, it's not easy. That is why. Training is much good. It's more good when you train. You become used to, become adapted.
Mothombi Mbome Emmanuel, president of the Cameroon Athletics Federation, lauded the atmosphere of the Southwest region, which signaled their readiness as host town of the race.
The town of Buea, the town of legendary hospitality, is prepared to host the 30th edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. I want to thank the president of the league for showcasing that the Southwest League is always ready to present athletes for the test race. We are prepared because the government, through the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education, has put all in it to organize this race, and will always send a special thank you to the head of state, the #1 sportsman, His Excellency President Paul Biya, for always giving the town of Buea, the Sako Division and the Southwest Region an event which has been an annual event.
On his part, the president of the Southwest Region Athletics League, Etekin Joa Andrew, is satisfied with the success of the first race. He also voiced out that Buea is gearing up for the race.
You have just watched the test race of Buea to show you how we are very much prepared. In the days ahead, we are going to conclude the list of those who have qualified for the race of today. And so I want to say a very big thank you to the governor of the Southwest Region, who has made this very possible for us. And we say that we are very prepared to host the 30th edition of the Mount Cameroon Race.
By and large, Cameroonians remain enthusiastic about the 30th edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope come February 22nd, 2025.
And onto our foreign page, Hamas has started releasing hostages following the ceasefire deal between Hamas and Israel that was brokered last week. And the Holy Father, Pope Francis, has criticized Donald Trump, the newly elected president of the United States of America, who is presently being inaugurated as the 47th president of the nation, for his decision to deport illegal migrants as soon as he takes over power, calling it a disgrace. Sama Eileen takes us across the world in this report.
90 Palestinian prisoners have been released by Hamas on the first day of a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas following 15 months of war, being the first step toward ultimately ending conflict, although the truce is still fragile. Huge crowds circled buses after departing from the prison, while relatives hugged the released and celebrated their return. It is expected that Israel will release another 2,000 Palestinian prisoners and Palestinians detained in Gaza over the next 6 weeks. This will be done in exchange for the return of 33 Israeli hostages held captive in the Gaza Strip. Around 100 hostages remain in Gaza, with 60 believed to be alive. The Hamas-led October 7, 2023 attack on southern Israel killed some 1,200 people and left some 250 others captive. Israel responded with an offensive that killed more than 46,000 Palestinians, according to local health officials. Pope Francis has said that Donald Trump's plans to deport illegal migrants from the U.S. would be a disgrace if they materialized. Speaking on an Italian TV program from his Vatican residence, the Holy Father said that if the plans went ahead, Trump would make poor wretches that don't have anything foot the bill, adding that it is not the right thing to do and how to solve problems. Trump has promised to begin the largest expulsion of undocumented immigrants in U.S. history soon after he takes office. In a message to Trump shared on Monday, the Holy Father offered him cordial greetings and urged him to lead a society with no room for hatred, discrimination, or exclusion, and promote peace and reconciliation among peoples. The Pope is known to hold the issue of migrants dear. During a public audience last August, he said that systematically working by all means to drive away migrants was a grave sin. In 2016, before the first presidential election won by Trump, Pope Francis said a person who thinks only about building walls and not of building bridges is not Christian. Elsewhere, Brazil's government said on Friday that Nigeria has been accepted as a partner country in the multinational BRICS group. This adds Africa's largest economy to the growing alliance of emerging market countries. Brazil, which currently holds the rotating presidency of the bloc, described Nigeria as having converging interests with other members of the group. Nigeria becomes the 9th BRICS partner, joining Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Thailand, Uganda, and Uzbekistan. BRICS now represents over half the world's population and more than 45% of global GDP, signaling its growing clout on the international stage.
Thanks very much for being part of the Divine Mercy Prime tonight. Before we part ways, a reminder for major stories once more. St. Martin de Porres Parish, Bukwanga, continues to host Bishop Michael Bibi's televised Doctrine, Know Your Faith. This Monday, January 10, 2025, the station explored the 7th commandment, you shall not steal. Bishop Rogan Minor Seminary has concluded its week-long Diamond Jubilee celebration with a pontifical high mass over the weekend. The mass was officiated by bishops of the ecclesiastical province of Bamenda, who are alumni of the college, and Mufo Jeremy and Dule Joyce Kinyo emerged victorious in the Southwest Region test race that took place over the weekend here in Boya in view of the 30th edition of the Mount Cameroon Race of Hope. And thank you so very much for joining us this first day of the week. Please do make it a rendezvous to be with us every evening here over the Divine Mercy Radio Television for much more interesting stories. You do have a wonderful evening.